Okay, welcome back to the exercise of the week. Today I'm going to get into an exercise that is the king of all quad exercises. You may even say the most important exercise for your legs and one of the most important exercises for your entire body, a squat. Now, the reason why I'm going over a squat this week is because there's so many misconceptions and there's so many ways to do this exercise wrong, even though it seems like a basic movement and something that's easily performed. But there's a lot of reasons why people usually get, lower back problems or even a torn quad or a knee issue. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with the squat and a lot of problems that can be caused and arise from doing the squat wrong. So I definitely want to take some time and go over proper squatting techniques. So for today I'm going to use a Smith machine to perform the basic squat, and we're also going to get into front squats, which is a little different variation, something a little interesting you may have not seen or heard about. So I just want to demonstrate both today. Alright, so first, something you should definitely make sure you use is a nice pad for your neck when you're squatting, especially when you start adding on pounds. The weight just comes down on your shoulders and the top of your spine. You want to make sure there's a nice padding there, for good cushion. Okay, so when you come under, what you're going to do is you're going to lay the pad right on the top of your rear delts, right where the top of your spine is. So you're going to come under, okay, unlatch the bar. Now you're going to come slightly forward with your feet. You never want to stay perfectly like this and come down to the squat, especially when you're on a Smith machine. So you want to come slightly forward, not too much, just slightly enough where you feel like when you come down, you're going to sit perfectly, like you're sitting in a chair. Okay, so you're going to grab the bar a little more than shoulder width, come slightly forward. You're going to keep your toes pointed forward. But one thing to remember is if you have any pre-existing knee injuries, you can turn your feet out slightly, so they're like this. Okay? And I'm actually going to do that, just for demonstration purposes. Okay, now when you come down into the squat, you're going to come down so your quads, your thighs are parallel with the floor, and you're going to come up just like that. So that's what you want to remember. I mean, a lot of people never really know how low to go, where to end off the movement. You want to come so your quads are parallel with the floor. And when you come down, you're going to hold for a second, and you're going to come up. You never want to rush the movement. One thing that can cause is your equilibrium to kind of go out of balance. You'll feel dizzy, and it's also not going to target your hamstrings, your glutes, and your thighs as effectively. So you definitely want to make sure when you come down, you're parallel to the floor, you're holding it for a second, and you're coming up just like that. And one thing also to remember too is when you come up, make sure you flex your thighs at the end of the squat. Alright, so I'm going to go, I know it's a lot to remember, but I'm going to go through it one more time. Okay, so hands a little more than shoulder width, your feet are out slightly just so you can sit in a chair position perfectly. Your feet are going to be pointed outward. They can be pointed inward to make it more difficult, but if you have any knee issues and to avoid any pressure on the knee, you can bring them out. You're going to come down like you're sitting in a chair, thighs parallel to the floor, hold it for a second, come up, and flex your quads. And that is a squat. Now real quickly I'm going to get into a front squat. Okay? Now for the front squat I'm going to use an Olympic bar. You'll usually see in gyms or in Fitness Together, you can place the bar very nicely, just like that, on the rack. So once again I'm going to grab this here just in case any discomfort is caused, but we're going to grab it differently. Alright? We're going to bring our arms like this in front of our chest. We'll bring this down one. Okay? So you bring your arms in front of your chest like this, so the bar is resting kind of on the top of your arms where your shoulders meet, and same exact stance as the other squat. You're just going to come down, thighs parallel to the floor, and up just like that. Okay? So that is the basic squat and the front squat. So make sure you don't forget to practice, and I'll see you again next week.